published and disseminated would typically be the kind of thing that those who do the vetting.
All right, we want to bring in Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge. She is live in Washington as we've been monitoring this State Department briefing today. Catherine, a lot of tough questions and a lot of hesitation from Mark Toner.
Well, that's right, Shannon. Really three major takeaways. One, we've got these newly released emails from Judicial Watch that relate to Clinton aide Huma Abedin. She has been the focus of a congressional investigation because she wore multiple hats when she was at the State Department, a State Department employee, also an employee for the Clinton Foundation, and then also this Clinton-aligned consulting group called Teneo. And the question is whether this has been a conflict of interest. So we got to some of that at the briefing. The second is about the Clinton Foundation and whether one could draw the conclusion that when the Crown Prince of Bahrain gives a $32 million donation to the Clinton Foundation, this really paved the way for an in-person meeting with Secretary of State Clinton. The State Department spokesman Mark Toner just said that they did not see evidence of that being the case, though one has to wonder what evidence they would need to reach that conclusion at the State Department, because unfortunately one of the things that we have seen in our ongoing reporting is that the State Department has not been sort of a neutral arbiter of the facts always when it comes to the Clinton emails and the foundation. They've really almost become her defender-in-chief in many respects.
All right, Catherine Herridge reporting live on what we are seeing out of the State Department now. We are going to get reaction now with Congressman Jason Chaffetz, who is joining us now in studio, chairman of the Oversight Committee. What do you make of these new revelations and the tough time that Toner is having in trying to answer these questions about unearthed emails we haven't seen before, emails suggesting that the access to the Secretary of State was through the Clinton Foundation, and by the way, allegations that she and the Clinton Foundation are denying?
Well, he can't definitively define something because he's left in the dark. And look, when this originally started, Hillary Clinton created this system and this relationship with herself, something that the Inspector General found so problematic that he referred the matter to the FBI for criminal investigation. And so he's left not being able to definitively defend her or tell the American people that the State Department assets, the assets of the United States of America, were not commingled with both the Clinton Foundation and who knows what else.
Okay, now to the issue of the FBI. You have authored a letter with Congressman Goodlatte of the Judiciary Committee asking and pointing out FBI Director James Comey's statements against Mrs. Clinton's statements and saying there are factual discrepancies and asking whether a perjury investigation will be initiated. Do you address that to the U.S. Attorney in D.C.? Where's it going to go? Anywhere? Is it a waste of time, as supporters of Mrs. Clinton say? It's a witch hunt that wastes government time and resources. It
was pretty stunning that the FBI director came before the members of the House and said that during their year-long investigation of the lies and what was going on with Hillary Clinton's emails, that they never looked at Hillary Clinton's testimony under oath. I mean, that was pretty stunning. It's public record. You raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but the FBI didn't look at that. So evidently they needed a permission slip from Congress, which we've now given them, and we expect them to follow up on that, because clearly what she said under oath and what she did are two totally different things. To me, that's lying and misleading to Congress.
Is there any sort of timeline on that, or when do you expect that you'll get a reply about whether it's going to be
investigated? Sooner rather than later. What the FBI gave us on Tuesday was in a secret format down in the SCIF, the Secure Communication Facility there in the House of Representatives, are the 302s, the background information, but chock full of redactions. Even I, as the chairman of the Oversight Committee, there's so much classified information there, something that's so sensitive that I can't even look at it. I don't even have the high enough security clearance. At the same time, Hillary Clinton's still telling that everybody that, there were no emails that I sent, no emails that I received that contained classified information.
Well, her camp keeps saying if the Justice Department's going to release it at all, they want it to go to everybody, including me, average person with no national security clearance. Would it be helpful? Are you saying that what they're producing is so redacted that it wouldn't really make sense to the average person?
It is terribly irresponsible for Hillary Clinton to suggest that everything should be released because it puts people's lives in danger. She still doesn't get it. What we're asking the FBI in a letter today to do is create an unclassified version and then release that to the public. That, to me, it's available on the Freedom of Information Act. Let's go ahead and get that out there sooner rather than later. And If it's true that the Hillary Clinton campaign and she personally wants that information out there, then let's do it responsibly, not do it the way she wants to do it, which is just release everything. That puts people's lives in danger.
Well, some people question whether they really do want the full release. We'll see. I want to talk through at least a couple of these emails that are surfacing today.
Yep.
The Judicial Watch as a portion of their work. We have Doug Band, obviously a very close confidant of President Clinton, helped him form the Clinton Global Initiative, connected to the Clinton Foundation, sending an email to Huma Abedin saying CP, meaning Crown Prince, we believe, of Bahrain, in tomorrow to Friday, asking to see her, good friend of ours. And then he asked to see HRC Thursday and Friday through normal channels. I asked, and she said she doesn't want to commit to anything. Longer that continues on there. Then Huma Abedin at some point responds and says, offering him tomorrow for a meeting with HRC. If you see, let him know. We have reached out through official channels. And apparently the story goes, when they reached out through official channels, they couldn't get to her. When they reached out through the Clinton Foundation channels, they could get to her, and that he'd made a very sizable commitment or donation.
Well, this has happened by the millions of dollars, and that begs the question, and I think it's a legitimate question. They've created this problem, the Clintons did, by having this entity, and now as James Rosen is reporting through the good work of Judicial Watch and others, that here are 150 messages left by the Clinton Foundation to the chief of staff, to Secretary Clinton. I mean, come on, it doesn't take but a third grader to add this up and say, wow, you give tens of millions of dollars through the foundation, then you get the access that you want. I think that's a legitimate question that even the State Department spokesperson, when given an opportunity, could not refute.
He had a tough time with it. But again, through her campaign and the official channels, they're saying there's nothing there, that there is no connection.
And she should have a press conference. She's been 261 days without a press conference. This is what happens when you have a candidate that just hides and doesn't answer questions. That's what happens, is you're left with more and more questions. She needs to have a press conference and let the media ask her.
We would love to. We have a lot of questions. We'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Chairman, good to see you. Thanks for
Tim.
coming in today.